What do you think was the big story of 2008 PGA Tour season?
It has to be Tiger Woods winning on one knee.
If you don't like golf and watch that, there's something wrong.
I was there.
You were there?
I was standing by that tree, yep, when at Torrey Pines.
Here's a guy against doctor's orders, in obvious pain, said, in essence, I can beat him on one leg on this golf course.
Yeah, no ACL and a broken leg. It didn't feel very good.
Just to know now what he was dealing with from a pain standpoint, from a physical limitation standpoint.
You know, at the time I thought he was putting it on. No, I'm just kidding. You know, after, when you realize the stress fractures and all the other stuff that he went through, I mean, it's pretty incredible.
For the amount of damage there was to his knee, he did not let on. Even through the wincing that he did do, he really didn't let on to how bad it really was.
I do remember starting off every day either with a double bogey or bogey on the first hole, so I think I was 7 over par and just my first hole I played in that day.
Got off to a horrible start, but in typical Tiger fashion, it didn't matter. He's just going to grind his way back into the championship.
I stuck it out and I hung by that tree, watched him make his putt on 18, and it was a pretty loud roar for golf, I'd say. I like you're in an arena, to be honest.
You know, it was just another putt that he made that we then tried to go right to the practice green and do, just like we had seen so many times.
We're sitting there watching it every time when Tiger's on, and if he's got a putt to win, just like at Bay Hill, you think he's going to make it.
You figured he was going to make it. But when you saw that he did make it, you're like, how in the hell did he make that? It doesn't make any sense. But it's Tiger.
Rocco obviously had a great tournament, great week, and a great Monday.
I think people really can relate to someone like him. You know, his swing's not like Tiger's, he doesn't look like Tiger, he doesn't do anything like Tiger. He looks like people behind the rope, he waves, he smiles. People could connect with that easily. And he just, as the week got on, that just grew and grew and grew.
You know, it truly was a pleasure to watch Rocco that week. Rocco was just being Rocco, and it was truly, I thought, truly remarkable to see him be able to be himself, especially on Monday in the playoff. And I just got the impression when Rocco stood on that 11th tee on Monday, it was like, you know what, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down swinging, and I'm going to have fun doing it. And if you think about it, literally from 11 on, he really didn't miss a shot the rest of the day. And that was great to see.
That's something that I always dreamed about, is having Tiger somewhere. Doesn't have to be a major, I don't care where it is. Final day, final round, final 36 holes, whatever. And see if I could beat him. Well, I got the ultimate test in the United States Open at 18-hole playoff. What else can you possibly want as a golfer is to go against the best guy in that event? That's my favorite event.
To handle it the way he did and took him to extra holes and took him again to extra holes, and it was a great story. I was nervous. That was one time I was sitting at home, my hands were sweating, and I was nervous for Rocco. Just to back up the fact that if you get your game going for a week, you can challenge the best player in the world.
Just the performance that they put on in the U.S. Open was just amazing, I thought. And obviously, you know, the best man won that day.
I made everything that week. I really putted well. I hit it okay, but if it wasn't for my putting, I wouldn't have won that Open.
I still think of it. I thought of it immediately after, and I still think of it, you know, 6 months later. Arguably the most unbelievable performance in a major championship that I've ever seen.